Hi guys! Today I wanted to tell you about what is basically my biggest goal in life, and that is to have a happy, well-lived life without regrets. One of the biggest dilemmas plaguing people, especially young people, is how to have a fulfilling life. There's so much contradicting information online saying that you should go to school and major in something that you love, even if it doesn't pay well. Others say that college is a scam and you should work on starting a business as a teen so that you can be a millionaire by your 20s and then retire early. Some say you should get married young, have lots of babies, and start homesteading in a cozy cottage. There's also the option of partying hard, traveling, living lavishly, and always having the latest and greatest that life has to offer. What this tells us is that there's no one size fits all answer and that you must find for yourself what gives your life the most meaning and enjoyment while ignoring whatever everyone else says is the so-called true answer. For me, that goal is to have a happy, well-lived life without regrets. Sounds kind of vague, but I'll explain what I mean by that further. So, what I've learned about myself over the years is that most of the things that truly make me happy are not tied to a specific place, time, age, or season, nor does most of it require me to rely on others to achieve these things. This has likely come from the fact that I have moved a lot over the years and have lived in several states, which means I always needed to start over. And the saying, you take you wherever you go, I find that to be extremely true. And no matter how old I am or where I live, my base desires remain. So, this brings us to the first category, which is simple indulgences. For me, simple indulgences include good films, good books, good music, quality time with family and friends, and going on walks in nice weather. The fact is, as long as I partake in my simple indulgences, I will always, and without fail, consider that a good day. Even if things go wrong or something unfavorable happens, my simple indulgences allow me so much pure, unadulterated fun that my day feels good by default. There's nothing better than having a new album on repeat that you just can't get enough of, having a book so good that you refuse to fall asleep until you finish it, having positive interactions with your loved ones where you share jokes and enjoy each other's company, even if it's just through the phone, or plans to see a movie that evening that you've been waiting a year to see and have been following the promotional cycle closely and rewatching the trailers over and over in anticipation. These simple things, unbound by age or location, are my backbone. It's no stress, it's just easygoing fun. But, eventually the desire to experience personal growth overtakes me, and that brings us to the second category, which is skill-based hobbies. So, my choice of skill-based hobbies are ballet, language learning, learning instruments, horseback riding, and figure skating. I have other hobbies and interests as well, but as far as the ones that require a skill level where you have to learn how to do it, so reading isn't there because I'm not, leveling up the reading skill. I already know how to read. So, skill-based hobbies. These are the main ones. Although I thoroughly enjoy my days that are dominated by simple indulgences, I do need more from life than just being completely easygoing. I need something to work towards, where I must push myself to improve and enjoy the fruits of my labor due to putting in work. These skills can be used for financial gain, yeah, but the main purpose is always simply for personal enjoyment, meaning that even if I never see a single penny or ounce of recognition from doing it, I will continue working hard at it because I truly love it and feel a sense of fulfillment in my pursuit of excellence with these hobbies. Not all skill-based hobbies can be worked on in a single day, but I can't go too long without them before my body misses having it in my life and craves time spent on it. These skill-based hobbies, although a big part of my life and bring me much joy and satisfaction, are technically things I can leave behind for a period of time without consequences. So I still need things that are essentially non-negotiables in my daily life. This usually happens when you have to step outside of your personal pursuits and do things for others as you have a sense of duty to not let them down. And this brings us to category 3, which is manageable amounts of responsibility to contribute to my household. The manageable amount of responsibility for me includes cooking, cleaning, and motherhood. The key word here is manageable because no one wants to feel incompetent in their household responsibilities or that there's so much on their plate that they will explode. And of course, we can't guarantee that every single day will be manageable because that's literally an unrealistic expectation. But in a general sense, I'm very happy with handling the cooking, the bulk of the cleaning, because my husband cleans up as well, and taking care of the children as a stay-at-home mom. I like trying new recipes and serving a delicious meal to a hungry and appreciative, that's important, appreciative family. I know a lot of people don't feel this way, but I find cleaning to be a relaxing activity, especially when have my headphones in and I'm listening to like my favorite comedy podcast, which allows me to get some good laughs in while I'm taking care of my home. And because cleaning is a daily activity for me, I'm not typically burdened by large messes that need extensive work to get rid of, which would make cleaning not fun. It's just like light cleaning because I keep up with my home really well. And me nor my husband, we're not very messy people. We don't leave stuff all over the place. You know, if he's doing his hair, he'll sweep up the bathroom so that there's not just like hair all over the place. You know, we stay on top of it and we just naturally rather clean. So I don't have like a ton of work that I have to do every day. So it's really never a big deal to tidy up for a bit. So I'm kind of relaxed doing it and I'm having fun listening to music or podcasts, like I said, and I just enjoy it, you know? I come from an extremely large family and have been surrounded by nieces, nephews, and little cousins for a very long time. And being involved in the lives of the upcoming generations, making them laugh, hearing their little thoughts and opinions, and making sure that they're well taken care of genuinely brings me a lot of purpose and satisfaction, which helped me know for a fact that I did want to be a mom myself. And now that I am a mom myself, I absolutely look forward to my days being spent with my daughter by my side, growing happily and healthily. So, outside of responsibilities to my household, I also have responsibilities to myself. So, section 4 is called personal responsibility. My personal responsibilities consist of exercise, my hygiene routine, and servitude to the Lord. Exercise is very important to me as someone who has always been involved with physical extracurriculars my whole life. The mental benefits, the physical benefits, the health benefits, it really can't be overstated. I don't always work out in like a super high intensity way. Sometimes it's just a leisurely jog, a quick 15-minute YouTube workout, or even just focusing on stretching. But no matter what my body needs at the time, exercise is a non-negotiable in my life. I truly don't feel as good without it. Same as how I can't feel my best without a shower or, clean hair that's been styled well or an effective skincare routine. And I certainly don't feel my optimum self when I am neglecting our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Attending Mass, because I'm Catholic, speaking to the Lord, studying the Bible, and continuing to grow in the faith is very important to me. So finally, we reach the final section, which is lifestyle. My lifestyle preferences include being educated in subjects I care about, being a stay-at-home mom, living in a comfortable home that's decorated to my liking, and the ability to buy nice things while also maintaining my minimalist principles. I've known for a while now that being a stay-at-home mom or housewife was my preference, so I only dated guys who also shared a desire for that type of lifestyle, because if I didn't, that wouldn't really lead me to the finish line that I was seeking, you know? And although I don't plan on needing to work in the future, which keyword, I said needing to work, which doesn't mean that I won't ever do any sort of work again in my lifetime, but it means that any income I bring in is not a requirement for my household. My husband's income can cover everything. So for me, it's just, I guess you could call it like a monetized hobby, if you will, if I were to choose to do that. So I can start anytime I want, I can quit anytime I want, I can work as little or as much as I wanted to. You know what I mean? I don't need to work. Yeah, so although I don't plan on needing to work in the future, I made sure that I got an education studying computer science so that well, one, I enjoy it, but also should disaster strike and, I could tragically lose my husband, I'll have something in my name to help keep my family going. So it's not just like I'm sitting here like out of luck, not knowing what to do. I still have these safety nets that are important to me. So that's the more functional version of education. But outside of that, I also mean just studying things that I like. Like, for example, I like learning languages, and there's just a lot of I'm really into digital minimalism, and I read tons and tons and tons of books on that. Anything that I'm really interested in that I want to be educated on by taking courses. If you follow me on Tumblr, you may have seen that I've been studying to become a nutritionist now. Things like that, just being able to be educated on things that I'm passionate about. So that matters to me. My husband remarks on how I have interest in a myriad of topics, and I will likely be the type to keep racking up degrees and certifications just because I can, which is true. He may not be wrong about that, to be honest. And I love that I have the flexibility to pursue that if I so choose. I also have a strong need to really enjoy my surroundings. I'm just a highly visual person. So having a nice place to live where I can put my own touch to it and make it feel like home is definitely necessary for me. And along with that comes the ability and financial security to enjoy buying nice things, but not in an extreme way, since I am a minimalist and have no interest in owning like dozens and dozens of unnecessary items just for the sake of it. I do like to keep things streamlined as much as I possibly can. So nice things doesn't just mean expensive or luxury goods, as I am someone who loves a good thrifting. I love giving well-made vintage items a second life. Just being able to buy groceries without stress, replacing important items on a whim, I consider all of that to go in this category. It's not just about having designer everything. It's just about the fact that, being able to comfortably pay your bills, keep the fridge stocked, stuff like that. All of that goes into that category, not just luxury. I am a very lucky person who has figured out what makes my life well lived and full of purpose and satisfaction from a young age. I'm lucky that I've been able to achieve this lifestyle at my age and wake up every day feeling completely and utterly in love with my life, never wanting to trade places with anyone else. I may not be a billionaire or world famous, but I have what I need with the ability to keep going uphill and reach new heights, and that's all I could ever really ask for. So I encourage you to sit down and really think about what you want and how you can make that your daily life, because life is too short to flail around blindly and unfulfilled. Tomorrow is guaranteed to no one, and if I were to die young, I'd be pretty pleased with the life I've been living thus far. That in and of itself brings me peace. Someone on Tumblr once accused me of only being happy because I'm financially sound and don't have mental illnesses, which is a really strange thing to say to someone. I don't know. And I told them that I'm happy because I fill my days doing things that make me enjoy life. I don't compare myself to others. If I'm in an unfavorable situation, then I do whatever I can to no longer be in that situation. I practice delayed gratification to reach my goals. I don't wallow in yesterday's misfortunes. I prioritize having healthy relationships. I don't believe in guilty pleasures, and instead I indulge my interests without shame. I dance to loud music first thing in the morning. I keep the promises I make to myself. I take care of myself well, inside and out. I approach life in a way that's realistic, but still optimistic. I nourish my body with delicious food, just as I nourish my mind with good films. I get plenty of fresh air and sunlight. I don't spend time in negative online spaces full of hate and fear-mongering. I spend lots of time alone and thoroughly enjoy my own company. I wear what I want, even if others aren't wearing it too, and I move through life confidently because I know I haven't wronged others or stepped on anyone to get what I have. So, does money and a clean bill of health make a difference? You bet it does, and I won't pretend that it doesn't, but it's not everything, not even close. Besides the cards we were dealt with at birth that we can't do anything about, such as where you're born, what family you come from, illnesses you're predisposed to, etc., the absolute overwhelming majority of our happiness comes from the choices we make. And once I figured out that my happiness comes from what I choose to do with myself, I acted on that knowledge. Every single waking day of my life has been me choosing to be happy in how I care for my health and fitness, the clothes I wear, the foods I eat, the media I consume, the people I talk to, the men I entertain, the places I visit, the time I wake up, and everything in between. We may not all have the same options available, but as someone who has lived in multiple states and had to uproot my life every time I moved, I can tell you that happiness does not lie in what falls in front of you, it lies in what you put in front of yourself. And that is pretty much my philosophy on having a well-lived life without regrets. I hope that that helped any of you who is having any trouble trying to decide the blueprint for your life and putting things into tiers of high importance, low importance, little things, the big things. I figured this out a long time ago, and it's helped me make sure that I'm always on track, and it absolutely has kept me on track. I love my life, and I hope that you can learn to love your life and make the steps to make the life that you want for yourself a reality. Have a nice night, guys. Bye.